Brother and lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. It's a crazy Monday. As a crazy beginning of the week, as Arsenal have now announced the signing of GABRIEL from Manchester City. The player has signed. It is done. It is dusted. It is now sealed. Contracts until 2027. Will be putting on shirt number 9 at the Emirates Stadium. And of course, I'm going to be sharing with you more and more details around this deal. But of course, you can start rejoicing. You can start jubilating. The man is finally here. And Arsenal, after dragging on with it, after waiting for a very long time, we have finally got all the paperwork in place and we have done the deal. The question I'm going to pose to you as we enter the video is, what exactly are you expecting from GABRIEL? But also a cheeky one, do you think he will deliver better than Richarlison at Tottenham? Now, there is a kind of a war between Arsenal and Tottenham fans on social media. Richarlison, between Richarlison and GABRIEL. Spurs fans honestly saying Richarlison will perform better than GABRIEL. And Arsenal fans, obviously, we are saying GABRIEL will perform better than Richarlison. But if you compare them, depending on the degree to which you like the two, who do you think has the better qualities to succeed at their new club? And who do you think will be a better acquisition for the new club this season? Let me know in the comment below. And of course, talk to me. What exactly are you hoping to see in GABRIEL? Do you want to see more goals? Do you want to see a more fluid attack? What exactly are you hoping and are you thinking about in GABRIEL? Talk to me in the comments below. Now, this is what Arsenal have written on their official website. They said Arsenal complete the signing of GABRIEL. GABRIEL has signed from Manchester City on a long-term contract. The 25-year-old forward joins us, having established himself as one of the leading strikers in the Premier League in recent seasons. He also scored 95 goals in 236 appearances in all competitions during his 5 seasons in Manchester. That is not a bad record anyway, is it? Almost 100 goals in 200 appearances. I don't think that is bad. And given the fact that he's one of the players that really love the other parts of the game, assisting and also helping others onto scoring, I don't think that is really bad. So 95 goals scored in 236 appearances, but that is excluding the number of times he has assisted and the number of times he has helped other players into getting into goal scoring positions, and either scoring or helping other players to score. So that is quite remarkable in my opinion. And I think it's not that bad. It's not really that bad a record, like many rival fans really want to make it look like. GABRIEL won the Premier League title 4 times. That means he's won the Premier League title many times, more times than Arsenal. Impressive. The FA Cup and the League Cup 3 times. He's a regular in the Brazil national team, making 56 appearances and scoring for them 19 times since making his full international debut for his country in September 2016. He was a member of the squad which won the Copa America in 2019. During his international career, GABRIEL has also notably won a gold medal in the 2016 Rio Olympic Games and featured at the 2018 FIFA World Cup. So that is his career internationally. That is for Brazil. And still more to read about him. GABRIEL developed through the youth setup of Palmeiras, signing a youth contract in 2013. With his prolific goal scoring ensuring he quickly progressed into the first team squad, making his debut as a 17-year-old in March 2015 during his time with Palmeiras. GABRIEL was an integral part of the club's, that's a difficult one, isn't it? Of the club's Campeonato Brasileiro Serie A winning side in 2016 when he was voted as the league's Bola Diora, player of the season, right? I didn't know that. Didn't know about that they call him, Bola Diora. Well, I didn't know about that. So Edward said, we are delighted to have secured the transfer of Gabriel. Everyone who knows football knows the qualities of Gabriel Jesus. I mean, not everyone knows football anyway. And he says Gabriel is a player who we have admired for a very, very long time. He is 25 years old, and has established himself as a Brazil international who has consistently demonstrated that he's a player at a very, very high level. We look forward to seeing him join up with his new teammates ahead of the new season. We all welcome Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal. And Mikel Arteta has also said some words about him and says, I'm very excited. The club has done a tremendous job to recruit a player of this stature. I know Gabriel personally very, very well, and we all know him well from his time in the Premier League and being really successful here. This is a position that has been on our radar for a long time, and now we've managed to get a player we all wanted. So I'm really, really happy. Gabriel will wear shirt number 9 at Arsenal, as confirmed by the Arsenal website, and will join up with other Gunners very, very soon. Everyone at Arsenal welcomes Gabriel Jesus, and the transfer is subject to regulatory processes. I mean, I hope we get them done as quick as possible. So, Gabriel Jesus, lads, according to the Arsenal website, Mikel Arteta and Edu, all of them have done interviews. I'll get you to the first interview of the player. But I think this one, lads, is a marquee signing. We've talked about marquee signings, and look, it's a marquee signing in the sense that marquee signings do not have to be 90 million, 100 million, million alone. I think that is where the game is going, and that is where the game is going. So you need to agree to the fact that when people feel a marquee signing is not 100 million pounds, you understand it's coming from somewhere. There is a reason as to why it's coming. There is a reason as to why they believe like that. But honestly, Gabriel Jesus is a marquee signing for Arsenal. One, he's a player that is coming into the side in his prime. This is a player who's only 25 years of age, and he's played for 4 good years. Actually, I think 5 good years in the Premier League for Manchester City. And during his time, he has won 4 Premier League titles. Remember, this is the only time Manchester City failed to win the league was I think last campaign but one, when Liverpool won it. That is actually not even last campaign but one, but I think two seasons back when Liverpool won it. So during his time at Manchester City, he's been a winner. He's been an absolute winner. 101. So Arsenal going there at City and getting this deal done alongside competition from Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur, Real Madrid, and a couple of other clubs. Probably we will never know who was really interested and who tried to get the deal done other than Arsenal, because he's now an Arsenal player. But it's a marquee signing. It's a huge signing for Arsenal. A player that has a lot to bring to the table that this Arsenal side really is lacking and doesn't have at the moment. We are talking about a player currently who is going to give Arsenal a lot of leadership. 25, 6 years in the Premier League, and if you look at our average age and the key members of a squad, the likes of Fabio Vieira are now 21, 22. Martin Odegaard is only turning 23, 24. The likes of Gabriel and White, all those players are still below 25. So Gabriel brings in that element of maturity, that element of leadership, just like we talked about Matana. Then he also brings in a player. I mean, first and foremost, before we forget, he brings in a player in a vital position in that forward line. And I think he's a marquee signing. He's a sign that Mikel Arteta wanted. I think in that position, Mikel Arteta wanted someone with specific qualities, and he specifically wanted Gabriel Jesus. Because let's go back to January and think about Dusan Vlahovic. Let's come back to the summer and think about Gabriel Jesus. And let's also go back to January and think about Darwin Núñez. When you think about those three strikers, there is one element that is going to strike you fast. It is their ability to hold the ball and play without thinking about finishing. That is the first thing they have. They're very, very clinical finishers. Apart from Gabriel Jesus, the other two are very, very clinical finishers. And I think with Gabriel Jesus, we will never know whether he is a clinical finisher or he was never did. We will know. Not we will never know, but we will know whether he's a clinical finisher or he has been denied the chance to become a clinical finisher at Manchester City. But the likes of Darwin Núñez and Dusan Vlahovic, their ability to run with the ball, their ability to hold the ball, their ability to play with the team, just brings out what exactly Mikel Arteta has been looking for in a striker. And I think the difference between the other two and Gabriel Jesus is we are bringing in a player that Mikel Arteta has worked with previously, and we are also bringing a player that knows the dimensions of the Premier League and understands what exactly is needed, for you to thrive and survive in the Premier League. A player who is absolutely talented, technically gifted, and at a very, very handsome price. I think that's the difference. Vlahovic, 75 million or 76 million, payable across a million years because it is Juventus. But if it were Arsenal, we could have paid that money up front. Darwin Núñez, 85 million euros up front, will be in guaranteed payments, probably not up front, but in guaranteed payments, and an extra 25 million euros, which makes the deal close to 100 million euros. So when you think about those prices, and you think about those players, and you think about Gabriel Jesus signing for Arsenal, Arsenal have got their man. They've got all the qualities and all the abilities they wanted in a striker at a handsome price, at a bargain. And I think that's what Mikel Arteta absolutely wanted. So Gabriel Jesus has also had his first interview as well as an Arsenal player, and he has said, a couple of words here, right? So let's try to look at what he said, giving an insight into the pair's recent discussions. Jesus said, we spoke a couple of times about the club, the players, the project, and the future. I believe 100% in Mikel Arteta. I had very, very good time with him before. He's a very, very good guy and a very, very good coach as well. He says he helped me a lot at Manchester City. We would always stick together after the training sessions and do some finishing or something. He's a very, very intelligent guy and was an amazing player. So if he knows something, he can teach me or the young players. Another factor in the 25-year-old's decision-making process was the size of the club he was joining, with Jesus revealing he used to enjoy watching Arsenal teams when he was growing up in Sao Paulo, especially one player in particular. And he says, I followed Arsenal when I was young because of Thierry Henry, Jesus added. Obviously, I didn't follow too many European teams, but when I saw some of the players that played here, I was like, wow, this club is big. When I played against Arsenal, I was looking at the Emirates Stadium, and it was a very, very good stadium. So I'm very, very excited to be playing here. I'm so happy to sign for this big club. Since day one, when I knew I could come to play for Arsenal, I was very happy. I knew the staff. I know some of the players, the Brazilian ones, and I know there are a lot of top players here. They are young, and I'm still young as well. So I'm happy to be here to help. I can help to learn as well as try to do my best. And it says, despite being the latest addition to a youthful Ghana squad, Jesus arrives with an impressive pedigree: 4 Premier League titles, 4 domestic cups, a Copa America, and an Olympic gold medal. So that is what I've talked about, the fact that he's a winner. And I think Arsenal fans and Arsenal at large will find great comfort in the fact that we've signed someone who is a little bit, who comes a little bit, I don't know how we should call it, that comes with that kind of experience, unlike the likes of Odegaard, Ben White, and Fabio Vieira and the likes. They're very, very wonderful signings, but I think what you feel in Gabriel Jesus is a player who has gone to another level at a very, very young age. He's gone there. I think Odegaard had the opportunity too, but he was never given that opportunity. And now that you see him playing for Arsenal, if we can build this project to become what Manchester City are and what Liverpool are, you really see the best of Martin Odegaard, in my opinion. I think the signing of Gabriel Jesus will benefit Odegaard and Fabio Vieira, Kieran Tierney as well. I mean, we will see now Odegaard assisting more. Last campaign, he created a lot of chances. A lot of goal scoring opportunities. 77 in the league. That is in around 35 games. So if you have a player like Martin Odegaard that creates 77 goal scoring opportunities, you have Fabio Vieira who can create for you 70 goal scoring opportunities, and Kieran Tierney is always going to feed you with around 70 goal 80 goal scoring opportunities as well. I think Gabriel Jesus will thrive at Arsenal. I definitely think he will thrive at Arsenal. Welcome to Arsenal, Gabriel Jesus. Hope everything goes well for him.